Welcome back to State of the Nation. Ms. Ahmed, please conclude your thoughts.
Like I was saying, it's a welcome development that the Senate deemed it fit to dedicate these funds towards addressing the challenges of some of the rising banditry problems in Zamfara State. And what I think some of the areas should be, well, in the state entirety, the funds need to be dedicated in the processes of reconstruction of some of these areas. Remember, villages were sacked, families, people killed, children, what do you call it, orphaned, widows, rape victims, and what have you. I think these funds will go a long way in creating or rehabilitating some of the displaced persons and the victims of some of these unfortunate events.
Okay, let's get back to Mr. Rio, because we have to look beyond Zamfara State now, because all this crises are widespread from Kaduna, Zamfara itself, even down to Anambra State, Ondo, Kogi State. So it's just frost all over the country. But if we look at how to tackle this, would you say that the government is doing a good job in addressing some of these concerns?
Without any apologies to anyone, I would say no. Remember when there was a clamor for the change of guards of the head of security agencies. And I told them it's a two-sided thing. If you ask them to go and you bring in new people, are they not coming from within the same system? So if they are there now and they cannot lend their voice and support those who are at the head of affairs, what new thing are they bringing to the table? Okay? The IG of police, the former one left, a new one came there. How well have we fared? How well has the police as an organization fared?
But he has also made that submission that on getting into office, that just about 20% of the funds meant for the police gets to the police. Isn't that a major challenge for him?
He's not saying anything new. You and I know that. I can't remember when last any organization in Nigeria got the exact amount of money that was budgeted for.
But you will agree, 20% is dismal.
So that has been the trend. I remember one top police officer was saying lately that they had 15,000 naira or so to fuel cars in their vehicles, operational vehicles at DPO level, if you remember. And then when we worked the figures out, it didn't gel, it didn't make any sense. So they may be going through the same problem. So if they are going, and then the last IG kept quiet, it didn't come out. Now he has spoken. Let's just hope that the Senate, if anything, will come to their aid and ensure that whatever money is appropriated to them is released to them for operations. So if they're being given 1/5 or less than 1/5 of what they deserve, then we should stop blaming the police and redirect our focus at the executive, who of course warehouses the funds and should be giving them money for operations. If they are not well funded, if you pay for a monkey, if you pay peanuts, you get monkey service. That's the way it goes.
One operation, Pofada, to be very instructive, is meant to tackle some of these challenges, and I think some successes have been recorded. I think about 46 people have been arrested as a result of that operation. But a lot of people are concerned that you may record these successes now, but how well do you think that the police can sustain this?
I'm sick and tired of the security system being reactive. Whatever happened to their intelligence unit, which will empower them to be proactive, they should be upfront. They should be there before the criminals. Now, the criminals will come, destroy houses in their hundreds, kill people in their thousands, and then you now come later and say you are arrested for these people. Does that gel? Does it make sense?
But sustaining those,
now,
sustaining those operations is a function of the funding of them. And if you don't have the funding, would you then blame the police if they are able to sustain this, say, Operation Pofada for the next 1 month and are unable to do that for a quarter?
Okay, for as long as they are underfunded, we cannot expect them to deliver. In all of these things, money will be needed. If they have the arms and ammunition and people are not giving their allowances, they are not well fed at the battlefield, how will it go? That's why I said it's a good thing that this IG has now spoken. He has spoken now. We now know that they were not well funded. So nobody will go and begin to blame the police. Instead, like I said, let's put the blame where it rightly belongs. Okay? And more importantly, I know that gathering intelligence is an expensive venture. And that is the only channel through which they can get information and be upfront and be proactive instead of being reactive. It pains, because if they have good intelligence, they will know what may likely happen maybe in a day, 2, 3, or 4, even a week, and then bring forth countermeasures that will deter the source of the attackers. But when they don't have such information, I'm afraid we will keep getting the same result. And let me tell you, we have to stop talking about leadership in Nigeria, because what we have had and we are still having is dealership in a lot of places, in a lot of faces. Here, they're not running Nigeria, they are ruining Nigeria.
Okay, let me get the thoughts of Mr. Ahmed. Mr. Ahmed, in your view, what do you think the government of your state, for instance, in Zamfara State, can do in partnership with other states? Because we're seeing something of that semblance between Kogi State, Benue State, and Nasarawa State, where they're also trying to contain some of those criminal elements and criminality happening, especially in Bagana area. What do you think your state can do with other neighboring states to try to foster lasting peace and harmony for the people of your state and other states?
Thank you for that question. But let me also take you back to the comments made by my colleague there. I think part of the problem we need to understand with the problem of insecurity and the rising insurgency is, of course, the failure of the strategy. You need to understand that, by and large, our approach has largely been reactive. I have not seen the security agents trying to take the wool to the doorstep of some of these criminals. That is one. Two, I have not seen, of course, except for the recent advent of civil engagement in Katsina and perhaps 1 or 2 places, that attempt to reassert the positions of the civilians in addressing the question of insecurity, or take not in any way trying to take the law into their hands, but trying to see what protections they could provide. That is in this aspect. But what I think the synergy or the efforts should be in amongst some of the states is, one, rejigging the understanding of what security is. One, understand the crucial role of leadership. Leadership is very, very important. The leadership has to understand that, yes, the society is there, resources is there, institutions are there, but then leadership provides the crucial processes or the embedding process that ensures towards the achievement of providing the security, what do you call it, the security, ensuring security and welfare of the citizens. That is one. Two, there is the need for periodic, what do you call, sharing of, what do you call it, information and engagements between this neighboring states.
Okay.
Three, there is a need to allow a process.
If I'll have to come in here, because we really have to, we are running very quickly out of time. I'll take that as your parting words, but let me get yours. What must we do as a people to ensure that we are able to work very closely with the police, the governors also having meetings with themselves statewide to try to combat this challenge? Are we on the right path?
Let's just say we thank God that elections are over now. Leaders, new people have emerged as that will take over the reins of power in some places. Others are coming back. What I simply have to say here is this. What all the things happening now, they are not new. Okay? Let those who are going to be in power effective from May, June, go back and study the situation, come up with position papers, create a common platform, and harmonize. Now, if those who are the helm of our security agencies are no longer delivering value, let them be eased out. Let's bring in the new people. Let them even go for training, unlearn whatever they had in their heads, relearn new things. Perhaps we can move forward from there. We're not the only country besieged by all these crises, but others are managing and coping well. Why is ours the reverse? And it keeps happening repeatedly. Now people are afraid to travel on the Lagos-Abuja-Kaduna road because of insecurity. And they have identified specific points on that axis.
Even though,
why not?
Even though the IGP has
Why
the
not
acting
deploy
IGP has
area
come out
bombardment
to say
to
that
at least exterminate those
they
ones?
they have succeeded in making that route safe.
When I saw a clip on
but I
TV,
must thank you. I must thank you.
Or where generals were going to board the train.
Ariel, a security expert, as well as Abubakar Ahmed from our Abuja studios. I want to thank both of you gentlemen for talking to us on State of the Nation, and to you as well for being part of the show. Many thanks indeed for watching. I'm Gimba Umar, and bye for now.